If you're not a U.S. citizen and you want to work in this country, don't hold your breath. It takes a while, years, if not decades. And as we told you, there are so many different types of visas that legally allow you to earn a paycheck here when you're not a citizen.
Most of them have letters, so it's a bit of an alphabet soup. We have R visas for religious workers, L visas for intercompany transferees, Ps for performance or for athletes.
Within the alphabet soup, A is for agricultural workers, an industry that has been in dire need of helping hands for the past several years. There was a time in the past when that same demand created the Bracero program. Beginning with World War II, the farming and rail industry was in desperate need of workers because so many men from the United States were fighting the war. The program allowed workers from Mexico to come here to help.
You cannot overlook the contribution of Mexicans to American society.
Archivist Ana Yuremovich is one of the cultivators of the Bracero exhibit at the Hispanic Cultural Center. The Bracero program started in the 40s, where workers from Mexico signed a contract to come work in the United States, under the condition they'd return to Mexico at the end of their term. Those workers kept American agriculture moving, and the program resulted in a big wave of immigration in New Mexico. Fast forwarding to today, farmers say they still need workers badly.
Over like a 10-year period, we've come down to about half of what we did.
I spoke with chili farmer Glenn Duggins, who says he has trouble finding people to work in his chili fields. He says he had 100 acres of chili 10 years ago. He's now down to 50 acres because he just can't find enough people to work. Duggins says it's not an easy job.
It's hot, bent over, and to look at a row 1,500 feet long, and you've got a hoe that's cutting 6 inches, and you just keep going and cutting those weeds.
Duggins says we need to have a worker program again in this country. I asked him what he thinks should happen, and he's full of ideas and broke it down for me.
You want to buy a permit to come into the United States and work. It's going to cost you $200 a month, and you can pay that as you enter. You want 6 months? It's $1,200. If the people that are coming for work don't have the money, the boss will pay for it, and they could very easily verify that I am an agriculture employer, and that's where they want to go. They would pay then into the system in case, they need to go to the hospital. We're good people. We're going to take care of them.
Duggins says his workers make $1,000 a week.
I think it should be simple. It should be money up front, and it's over. And then me, the employer, could have a 800 number. Hey, this guy didn't show up. Well, then pull his permit.
So I asked immigration attorney Rebecca Kitson about the idea, and she says it's a system that would be great for farmers and agrees a system for temporary workers needs to be streamlined, but
There are wonderful employers that support their workers and do right by them, and there are those who don't. If there is not a check and balance within that worker system, you do end up with problems.
With the current system, farmers would wait years or decades to get non-citizen workers with permits. Right now, farmers must prove to the Department of Labor, Homeland Security, and the State Department that there is no American worker for the job.
It's a labyrinth to make it through the application process for these companies to be able to actually acquire the number of workers that they need.
Justin Matthews, KOAT, Action 7 News.